This is nearly here. You need a bath. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh. If you just class that as... Just to recap, it's the next morning. So on another video,
so beautiful sunny day today. Bit of snow and frost on the ground. Look at this fence. See that? The sun is directly on it. And drying the fence out. It's about -2, I guess, today. Beautiful day though.
morning. It's a bit of a rush this morning. So it's Saturday. My son is coming, allegedly. He called me last night on his way home from work, and he was meeting friends to go out. So he said, oh, 10:30 or 11 o'clock train, I'll let you know. It's 11:15. He hasn't let me know. So it's okay. He works really hard all week. He deserves to have, you know, a break on a weekend. He doesn't go out much, so I don't mind. But I am getting ready. Normally I would meet him, but he can just make his own way here. As Willow's had a big long walk with all my friends. So she's settled now. So she won't want to go back out anyway. But I was hoping to go for some lunch, so I haven't had any breakfast. And all my dog walking friends, they all went for the walk with me and they stopped and had breakfast. So I'm hungry, but it's okay. It'll do me good. I'm trying to get back into my fasting and I've gone on a health kick. So, well, saying that, I've got some lovely food. I'll show you. Got some lovely food coming from Marks and Spencer's later today. I just got a little bit fed up of the stews. I mean, they're lovely, but every single day, just got a little bit fed up. So I thought if I've got something different and really yummy in the freezer, that's just something different. So here we go. I'm only quickly putting some makeup on, but I wanted to do my hair just for a change. I just feel like it seems to be scraped up all week. Yeah, that's my eyes done. I don't put much makeup on nowadays like I used to. I don't wear it like I used to. Just a smidge. I find that foundation clogs in my pores and it makes your wrinkles look worse. So I'm better off with just either a tinted moisturiser or just moisturiser. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on while I'm getting ready? We've got, oh, what a week. What a week Mike has had. You'll be amazed. That is coming up. So yes, news for next week. Tune in because with a video coming out every day. And gosh, I've had a good work week. I was surprised. Back to work from Christmas, and I was dreading opening my laptop, and it wasn't that bad. So I've had actually a really good week, a relaxing week. It's not been so bad as I expected. Mike has been on rocket fuel. I don't know what he's been taking, but he's got so much done. So you might have remember from last Sunday, he was building a custom bed for the front small bedroom. So you'll see a lot more of that and more. I'm not going to tell you. You've got to tune in and watch the videos. But goodness me, he's got a lot done. So he's done a daily video throughout the week, just so you're not watching one great big long one. Not him. I mean, I'm in there as well. So I'm occasionally going, hello. But I have been working all week. So yes, we've had a really, really good, busy week. When it comes to the end of January, I have a few other things going on. When it comes to the end of January, I'm going to do a separate video about my earnings again. And it'll be about earnings over Christmas for Vlogmas that I did. You'll be shocked. So I'll do a separate video on that. And then what I'll do is I'll compare it to what I was getting before then on average, and I'll look at that's why I want to wait till the end of January and see what we earn in January with my, it'll be elevated a little bit, I guess, because Mike's got all of those videos that he's edited to come out for next week every day, so that might elevate it a little bit. But I just want to, what I'll do is I'll look at the amount of views we've had, the amount of watch hours, and I'll calculate the difference of how much we earned per view, per watch hour. And I think I'll be shocked. I will be shocked. You'll be shocked. It's shocking. Anyway, just going to finish getting ready. So, shh. I put on £4, but shh. Keep that to yourself. Don't tell anybody other than everybody on YouTube. Yeah, I've got to sort that out. Got all this nice food coming, but it is, I'm being sensible. I think the worst thing for me, I like my wine, and wine is full of calories. So I've knocked that on the head. I've ordered a load of like alcohol-free no secco, which I know still has calories in, but it's not as bad. And I've ordered some non-alcoholic gin to try with some slimline tonic, and some alcohol-free beers. So it's not just about the alcohol and the alcoholic calories, which are absolutely useless. It's about when I've had a drink, the snacks come out. It's the snacks and the crisps on a night, and the peanuts and the goodies and all of that, where you think, well, my fasting is supposed to start now, like 7 o'clock, and I've had a glass of wine or two, and I'm thinking, you know. So that's I've knocked that on the head. And we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know. I will keep you updated as to my weight loss on that from giving up wine. But I think most of it, not just the calories from the wine, it's going to be the snacks that went with it. Yeah. And the willpower for those snacks. So what else is going on? My room, which I often show you, is just never tidy. I tidy it, I sort it, and then it lasts a day, and then it's just again. And the problem is nothing has a place, nothing lives anywhere, and there's a lack of storage. Part of that problem was the front small bedroom. The bed was too big, couldn't get any other storage in there, so that is being sorted. And what we decided was I would really like to get my room done, because I work in here and I play in here. It needs to be tidy and organised. So I've got my curtains, which I don't know if I'm going to change those. I got those from, I don't know if you remember, from Charity's shop. They were about £6.50, which I thought was brilliant. I took them up and they're perfect. But when I come to decorate this room, I don't know what the theme will be. With me working in here, you would think, okay, keep it nice, clean, minimalistic, so your head's clear and everything's tidy. But then I play in here and I like everything to look pretty, and it's a dressing room as well. So it's got to be a little bit both. It's got to be tidy, everything have a place, but also scream me. So when I walk in here, I feel like it's my room. So it's got to have a bit of character as well. So that's going to take a bit of thinking through with your help. So when it comes to choosing colours, I can't go mad in here. I can't go for what I would call like my, my taste. Sometimes I can go a little bit crazy. I do need to keep the colours calm, but then have a splash of me in here as well. And I thought maybe I could do that with the curtains or one wall of wallpaper. And also we've got that area there is getting sorted with some doors, so we're going to do the doors and hopefully get started on that this weekend. Now I was going to paint the doors first, and I was going to do them white, and then I thought, well, what if I paint them and I spend all that time painting them and it all goes horribly wrong and I'll wasted time painting them. So I thought, no, we'll get the doors on first and then I'll just spend some time painting them, but I don't know what colour. Maybe white, I don't know. We'll have to think about it. So that's my room. So in the front room, you'll see the little ideas Mike's come up with next week for storage whilst we're doing this room, because I need to obviously clear it out as much as possible to decorate it. I might have to work downstairs for a little while as well, maybe just a week or two. I don't know. It's with me only being able to do it on weekends. It's not like I can dedicate a full week and just get the whole room done. I'm doing it in bits and bobs, which I don't mind. It's just I would quite like to get this room done, and then once this is done I can move in here and properly, this will be my little haven, and then we can start thinking about really doing the other 2 bedrooms really nice. I think our bedroom needs to be done after that. That will be next project. We need to fix the ceiling. There's a hole in the ceiling. So that'll be a big job. And then we've got to think about decorating and the colours, and I want a new headboard and I've got an idea for that, so we'll talk that through another point as well. There's an awful lot going on basically. There's a lot coming up. Can't remember it all. Yeah. Anyway, what time is it? 11 o'clock. My son still hasn't texted, so I'm going to have something to eat, just a little snack. Because if I'm not having my lunch until 1 o'clock, mind you, it'll be a good fasting period, I suppose. I need to get back into that properly. It'll take a little bit doing, when you have to get into a routine again. What else was there? Oh, yes. Yeah, so on top of everything else in my room, I did mention that I'm starting a little business, a sewing business, a slow burner. So it's not like a big launch and I'm suddenly, with a full-time job trying to do a sewing business. It's something that I'm building up, ready for retirement. It won't be a full-time income, but it would be a top-up for when I retire. I'm only 53, but long-term, I think if I start building it now, a really nice slow pace, I'm getting like my social media sorted, accounts, and testing products, getting into a flow of what sells, what doesn't sell. I've got currently an Etsy shop. There's nothing in it, but I would probably, like many others, eventually move away from Etsy because of the fees onto my own site, but you've got to have a customer base in order to do that. So you can see it's going to be a really slow build. Now, where am I going with that? Not only have I got to do that in this room, but lost the plot then again. It's my head. Yeah, not only have I got to do that, but I've got to think carefully about this room and the way that I store my material, because at the moment it all gets shoved into a load of baskets, and then when it comes out I've got to iron it, and then that takes time that I don't have. So I'll just show you. Hang on. I know. So it all gets shoved in boxes like that. So what people do normally when they're looking after the fabrics properly, they have a piece of card or board and they measure it up to fit the box, and then they fold it around the board, and they have it nice and neat and tidy going across. At the moment they're folded flat that way, but that's the idea, is to get loads of little boards, little cards, wrap my fabric around it and keep it nice and neat and tidy in there. Now these, that looks lovely. I'm not getting rid of my shoes. Don't worry. I'm not getting rid of my shoes. But on show, very pretty for me, but not practical. And that bit of shelving could be incredibly useful. So yeah, I've got to think about putting my shoes away somewhere properly and then using that as storage. And also my shoes, they're kind of open to the elements with the sun coming through, with this being sort of a south-ish facing window, and they're constantly getting dusty. They need putting away properly, really, to look after them. So that's one thing. Other thing, yeah, it never ends. Yeah, so the other thing, sewing on my channel doesn't work. I already know that, tried it. Doing showing pretty things, fabrics and things that I've made, I know that you all like that, and that's fine. I'll still continue to do that. I did a couple of birthday presents. That's my cousin's ready to wrap. Her birthday until April, but that's all ready to go and get wrapped. And I've got a couple of other things for her. And then I did one for my friend. I could do to get that in the post on Monday, really. I could have done to got it in the post today, but not to worry. Yeah, so I've wrapped it because she does watch my YouTube channel and I don't want her to see it, but it's a big birthday for her. So I've ordered her some stuff which she'll get delivered today, but I've also made that and I need to get that in the post so it gets to her on time. And there was another present that I did want to make her, but I just haven't had time to do it. So she'll get that in the summer, spring, summer. Yeah, and I'll show you what that is when I come to make it. So where was I going with that? Yeah, so sewing tutorial type videos don't work on my channel. So I do have a separate channel that I don't use. I started it for side hustle type of things, and I never used it and it didn't quite work. Sewing channels do work though, they do quite well. Now again, it won't be an every week I do a sewing video or anything like that. Oh, hello.
Hello. Hello.
Look who's here.
Me.
You all right?
Yep. Yep, just tidying through.
Yeah.
Carry on.
Okay. Yes, so when I'm doing my sewing projects, I kind of feel like it's a little bit of a waste not recording it, because somebody will want to watch it. And I've watched all of these new sewing channels that have come up, and immediately they're doing really well. So as I'm doing them, even if it's just one a month, I'll just do a video on my sewing and I'll put it on another channel. There's only a handful of you on here that enjoy the sewing videos, but that's fine, because when I've done one, I can just say, hi, I've done a video, put the link in, and you can go to the other channel if you want to and watch it, rather than it coming up on here. And it kind of messes a little bit with the YouTube algorithm, because YouTube doesn't know what the channel's about. It just doesn't fit. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's the other thing. I'm not going to commit to videos on that channel because I can only sew when I can sew, but it would be nice that that particular channel, it won't just be sewing tutorials, it will be me starting a sewing business. So people who are interested in that type of thing and getting ready for retirement and thinking I might as well make some money out of something that I love doing, it'll be that type of video right from scratch, how I'm starting a business, all the ups and downs, the mistakes, the successes, what works, what doesn't. You know, it'll be sort of a no secrets, I'm starting a sewing business. Making pretty things, that one's mine. Made myself one. And I made one for, this was an early one which didn't quite work well. I did the quilting the wrong way, and it's not a padded one, it's just batting. So I've put all my needles in there. But there's things I'm going to make to sort my room out. You can make little buckets, fabric buckets to put things in. So things like my little clips and that are just currently in a plastic thing. I can make a really pretty little fabric pouch for them, or a little zip up bag. And things like, I mean, I've got a soap bag here with all of my cottons in, my cotton threads, and there's a little wall mounted thing that you can get with little spikes on it, and you just put all your spools on it, keeps them all tidy so you can see what you've got without raking through a bag. So I've got an awful lot to do, and that is all going to be on that other channel. So that's where I am with that. Right, it's 11:10. Nothing from Jake, so I'm going to give him a ring, and if he's not coming, I'm going to get myself something to eat because I'm starving, and it's really cold out there, and it makes me really hungry when it's cold. Oh, I forgot last night. I made myself a jumbo scrunchie. Hang on. Out of a scarf. It was a scarf that I picked up for £1.95 from charity shop. It's got my hair on it, and it's got little rabbits and foxes and stuff on it, and I thought that's a really nice colour. And I'll probably get about 7 jumbo scrunchies out of the scarf. Nice little gifts. And then of course I'm going to be selling these as well, so yeah, jumbo scrunchie. So just a reminder, that's what's going to get fixed. That's going to be quite a big job when we come to it. Someone's comfy, and we've got her something for her paws. Noticed the other day that she was laid on the sofa, and her paws, which are normally a dark grey, black colour, a couple of them were bright pink. And I know it's frosty, but they've been putting a lot of grit down, and I've heard about some of the grit that they're using. I don't know if it's about the quality of the grit, but it's causing a lot of problems for dogs. Not just making them sore, but the dogs are licking the grit, the salty grit off their paws, and it's getting in the system and making them ill. Well, Willow was sick the other morning, so this balm is not only supposed to soothe it, but provide a little barrier. So if I put that on before she goes for a walk, it should create a little bit of a barrier between her paw and the salt, and that just means when she comes in, I'm going to have to wipe her down, wipe her paws, and then put some more of this on. Yeah, so she's got, says it's lick safe, but yes, she's got some little pads that are looking a little bit pink and a little bit sore, bless her. I'm back. Okay, just wanted to explain a couple of things. One of them is this big monster. For those of you who've been with us since day one, sometimes it might feel like we're repeating ourselves, and you're like, we knew that, but it is only, you know, because we're getting new subscribers, which is lovely, and they, rather than them going all the way back to the beginning and thinking, what on earth is this all about, it's just sometimes we'll just drop in a little reminder of what we're doing and why. So you'll hear Mike every now and then say, I've got a tremor, and it's because new subscribers come on and they won't necessarily know why, you know, he's dropping things and shaking while he's doing things. It's not because he's nervous. Anyway, this big monster. So this was a treat when we first moved in, and before I designed the kitchen. Let's just show you this. Hang on. I bought myself this big fridge freezer there, and it's an AEG, and I must admit it was a little bit expensive. It is a double, full fridge at top, larder fridge, and freezer at the bottom. And it was one of the first buys, and then we designed the kitchen and we redesigned it, and we designed it about 15 times. And we were not sure about what we were doing with this room in here either. At some point it was going to stay the kitchen, and then we were going to knock through, and then we decided a utility. So we've been backwards and forwards quite a few times, and in the meantime I'd bought this and it's excuse me, and it's lovely. It's a really good fridge freezer, but it's a bit of a lump. It's an elephant. And the way we designed the kitchen, we wanted it symmetrical, and I didn't want a big integrated fridge freezer. There's a big story around it. I won't go into it. But in the end, we ended up with a small integrated fridge in the kitchen. That's what we used to have at Scarborough. That's what we were fine with. We always were, and we always used to get full daily shops, just used to organise it properly, and we always fit everything in. You know yourself, the more room you have, the more you fill it, don't you? So this became kind of like a drinks fridge. I was putting drinks in here and Cokes and stuff, and then it ended up with Willow's stuff in there as well. It needs to go, and it is going. The freezer is very useful, but I'd rather have another chest freezer. So the chest freezer used to be in here. It is now stuck in the conservatory, and again that's going to come back in here and sit with another chest freezer. Either that or the small, because they're not expensive. The small chest freezer can go, and I get a double chest freezer. I've got to think that through yet, but for the time being, this is going. I recently cleaned this and it needs doing again, because we cook Willow lots of chicken breast, and well, Mike does, and if you put it in these bags, and one of them must have had a little leak, and all the juices leaked out into the shelving unit thing, the drawer, and that went all over the place. So I've had to clean it again. I haven't finished yet. I'm going to finish cleaning that. But I just wanted to explain, this is actually going to go to my son. My son is currently looking to buy his own home. He works full time, and he's been renting, and he's decided that he's saved a little bit of money, and it's time for him to get his first home for himself, buy it. So I said we'll hold on to this for him, and when he moves in he can have this, but I want this out of the way because I do want to get my utility room tidy and sorted, and have a little bit more room in here, because I do like to bulk cook in here, and with my health kick that I've got going on, that's really important for me. So I'm gonna clean it, and then everything that's in the fridge I'm going to try, well, I'm not going to try, it's going to go into the small integrated fridge in the kitchen. The freezer stuff will have to stay in the freezer for now, but I will clean this out, and then we've got some more a food shop coming, so we'll see what freezer space we've got. If I can empty the freezer, I will. If not, I'll just eat it over the next few days until we've got enough room. And then this will be fully scrubbed, bubble wrapped, and put in the garage, ready for Jake, my son, when he gets his first new home. You can see it at the minute, there's not a lot in it. there's not a lot to move across to the other fridge, and the other fridge, to be fair, hasn't got a lot in it either. That one's had a good clean, so it is in the kitchen, so that's ready for me to transfer stuff across. So it's only things like, I've got my lemonade and a few condiments and pickles and a bit of butter, a couple of sausages. Oh, I've got a lovely steak from Butcher's. I'm going to treat myself. Big rump steak. Oh. I don't know what I'm going to have it with yet. Maybe some potatoes. But anyway, yeah, got a steak. A couple of bit of chili con carne I've got defrosted ready, and a bit of beef stew. They'll fit into the other one. My eggs. And I put these down because I had a bag of frozen vegetables that defrosted and got forgotten about, and they went mushy and leaked everywhere. So I've got that to clean. So yeah, I cleaned it and then it just was a mess, so clean it again. And I've got a few bits that need a clear out, need to go in the bin as well, really.
You mean to me?
Yeah. So yeah, this is deja vu. Cleaning all this again.
Yeah, it's surprising. I loaded the plastic to wrap this.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm thinking?
Go on.
Mattress bag.
Right.
Big plastic mattress bag, because it'll go in.
Do you think?
Yeah, I do. I'll check the measurements.
It's quite wide.
Yeah, but mattress is really wide, isn't it?
Yeah. Are we bubble wrapping it?
I'd have to order some. But yeah, let's do it properly.
Yeah.
Have you said it's going in the garage?
Yes. Yeah.
It's going in my garage. My workshop.
Our garage.
Good. I'm editing. Just so you know, you're watching this Sunday. We're filming Saturday. I'm sat editing 5 videos for the rest of the week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Yeah. Hope so. I hope people watch them. We'll see. Did you mention the new beginning intro?
Yeah, I want your opinions on that, because we're trying out a couple of tunes, aren't we? So there's a couple of different tunes that we wanted to rebrand the whole thing and start afresh. So you already have given comments on the logo, which I think is very cute. But there's also the new intro, and you'll see a couple of different tunes on different videos. So just give us your comments on each video, what you think to the intro, please. So yeah, this was all lovely and spotless and sparkly, but it's okay, doesn't matter. How often do you have to clean your fridge? I suppose it depends. If you're a family and you've got a lot of kids in and out of your fridge all day, you probably have to do it more regularly. I normally can get away with it every couple of weeks, but I only did this last week, couple of days, well no, it was less than a week ago that I did it. But we'll get it all nice and sparkly, and of course if we can get it all wrapped up and put away for Jake. And I am aware when you've got a fridge standing and the door's left shut, if it isn't absolutely spotless, then when you open it your next time, it's absolutely full of mould. So I do need to make sure it's completely disinfected and spotlessly clean before we put it in the garage. There we go. Well, I see all the bits now, where bits are dribbled in that corner. This was all spotless, promise you. And just down there. Because once you get a little dribble, it goes da, 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 da. So I'll get all of this scrubbed. Got a little bit of muck on the door as well. Scrub all the door. Then that'll be that bit done. Big old muck. There's an alarm keeps going off for having my fridge door open too long. So just every now and then I'm closing the door. It's better.
Of course, you'll have to get your other freezer here before you can empty your freezer, won't you?
Yeah.
If we're going to get bubble wrap, I don't think I'll need a plastic sheet. I'll just bubble wrap and tape it. See, I know it was an expensive fridge, you know, but it don't have. It just defrosts everything onto everything else, doesn't it?
Mm.
I don't ever remember fridges doing that. Man, yeah. I don't ever remember much about fridges, if I'm honest.
No.
I know there was one.
Master of fridges.
Master of fridges.
Master knowledge of fridges.
I don't know anything. When I was a kid, we didn't have a fridge, you know, very, very early days. Usual thing, bucket of cold water to keep the milk cool. Because the corner shop was, you know, 25 yards away, and you just ran there, ran back. Although I was always told, don't run with glass bottles.
Well, we used to have Steri milk. Do you remember that?
Yeah, with the tall, slim bottle, sterilised milk, yeah. Yeah.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it in coffee.
Yes.
It was quite nice. But yeah, you had your milk delivered.
Yep. We didn't have milkman. We just went to the shop.
Oh, we had a milkman.
You were rich.
I wasn't rich. I was on a council estate. We did have an indoors bathroom there.
But we didn't have a bathroom. I've spoken about that on another video. But anyway, I'm having a cup of tea, so I forgot to take my tablets.
All right, I'll come through.
Okay.
Get a long cup of tea. Right, that's that job done. Nice and clean. There we go. So it'll just be the freezer to empty, but yeah, like Mike has said, either order the new freezer first and get everything in there, or we just eat everything down until we've just got everything in one freezer, then wrap that up, put it in the garage, and then buy the other freezer. I was thinking, just then, a bigger chest freezer. I think I prefer the two small ones now when I'm thinking about it, because I can separate then. It's easier to separate into different ones what you want. One freezer for one thing, one freezer for another. Like cooked meals and raw meat, that type of thing. Anyway, I've got a tidy up to do. I've actually got a full house clean to do again. But Willow, it's that time. Honestly, I haven't got enough hours in the day. I blink and it's 2 o'clock, which it's way past Willow's walk time. So I'm going to take, it's a lovely day anyway. It is cold and it's a little bit slippery, but the sun is out. Nice day. Take Willow for a walk. Just wrap her up nice and warm. She's been putting 2 coats on, a cardigan and then her big coat, so she's all snug. Right, I'll get on with that. Let's take Willow for a walk. Right, that's Willow walked. I think it's going to snow. It's been a really nice day. We had a nice walk, but it was cold. But yeah, I think there's some clouds coming in. Anyway, I just wanted to show you when I went for birthday drinks. Well, there was 3 of us that had a birthday, and one of the ladies got me this. It's a bulb glass trio. Look at that, they're lovely. Easy to grow bulbs kit with 9 bulbs and something tablets.
Feed.
C-O-I-R. I can't say it, I need my glasses on.
Yeah.
Anyway, hopefully you'll see those growing shortly. I've no idea what I'm doing. The instructions are on here. Can't read them. Mike knows how to grow things. I don't. 100.
That's a lot of water, isn't it?
It is.
So, we'll leave them to soak for a little while. I think that's far too much water for what is a tiny bit of compost, but we'll see. It's sinking, that one. Right, very good.
They're expanding.
They are. We'll mix all this up once it's all, you know, got the water. Do you have a wooden spoon, darling? It's surprising what you get for Christmas. I said to Shower we need some bulbs, you know, for the house. Anyway, we've got these bulbs. They'll add a bit of brightness, won't they, once they've flowered. I'll just put them in the garage. It's very cold in there though, but it does say as cold as a fridge. So we'll see. Ah, there you are. Staring round. I'm amazed how much. Look at that, those 3 little tablets.
Soaked up all the water.
Yeah, I'm making a cake now.
Mm.
Well, it's there. Yeah, look at that. Professional cake making.
Professional compost stirrer.
Yeah. And you know what compost is?
Mm.
Cheryl's compost stirrer. You can work that out, can't you? Well, that surprised me. I'm surprised about 2 things. First of all, how much water those little blocks took, and how much we're using to fill them. Don't leave any gaps. You see, like that, look. That's it. Press it well in, just like the ground outside. That's it. Particularly at this time of year, the ground's quite solid, isn't it?
Oh, it's too cold. Ooh.
Hello, Willow. Right, oh gosh, put your coat on. There you go, they're in the right place.
Yeah.
It won't freeze in here, but it is cold. So you've just got to put your lid on top. That'll do. That's it. And say goodbye for the next how many weeks?
Night night, 10 weeks.
Which is the end of, oh gosh, well, March. Okay, I'll just turn the lights out.
There's one thing I am looking forward to, because we'd got all of this room ready and done, and I was getting cosy on a night, and now so the British Heart Foundation are coming on Monday and they're picking that up, and then that's gone. I actually need stuff that's in there. There's some packaging bags that I need, and I bought a big pack of pens because I keep running out of pens, and they're in there and we've no pens. So Mike's gone and bought a pack of pencils. But anyway, British Heart Foundation are picking that up, and then I can get back in here on an evening and get all comfy cozy. I just wanted to mention, actually, there was a while back and somebody commented on the sofa not going, you know, not being in with the room. So again, it was just a reminder that we actually, at the time, we couldn't afford a sofa, and we won't be able to for a while, to be honest. So Mike's daughter and son-in-law very kindly gave us this sofa. So this has been given to us, and we actually like it. It's very comfortable. The cushions that are checked, I get it, but they're just cushions, and they're cushion covers. And you can buy that fabric, that pattern in fabric. So, or deep colours or whatever with the cushions. I can do what I want with them. I mean, this is a neutral grey. So, and the actual shape, I think, really does go. It's just the cushions. Anybody know anybody with a sewing machine around here? I just don't have time at the moment for those kind of little finishing touches, but I will. So yes, I'm really looking forward to getting back in here. Little story about Heart Foundation, British Heart Foundation. So my dad had a massive heart attack, or a series of massive heart attacks, when I was 17, and he was poorly for, well, from then onwards really. But when he had his big heart attack, he needed open heart surgery, and the British Heart Foundation funded a helicopter to take him from Hull Royal Infirmary to Newcastle to, I can't remember the name of the place, but it was it Freeman or something like that, but it was a massive, big, famous hospital, and they had, and again I can't remember his name, but he was a famous heart surgeon who operated on my dad. And it was the very first pioneering open heart surgery of that kind that they did. So much so, they recorded the whole thing, and it was used for students to learn from. Because now that exact same operation is done by keyhole. But when my dad had it done, it was, you know, so we're going back a long while, I was 17, it was a full open you up, completely rib cage, the lot, and in the go. So it was a massive operation for him, and a very traumatic time. I mean, my mum, she went to stay there, and they gave her some nurses' quarters so she could live there and be with him every day. and it kind of left me, I was on my own. I mean, I had my nana not too far away, but I was on my own at 17, not knowing what was going on, kind of fending for myself a bit. But yeah, that was a rough time. But what I decided to do, very strange thing, but I decided to raise some money for British Heart Foundation. Now, I did all sorts. So there was like this event which was obstacle courses. So I did that, and I did sort of walking around pubs as Mrs. Santa Claus, and I had a proper collector's thing and British Heart Foundation stickers, and collected money that way. And then a big thing that I did was I used to have brunette. I used to be brunette when I was young, before I started going grey. Funnily enough, I started going grey when I was 17. But I had my hair shaved, and the British Heart Foundation emblem, it goes sort of like that, and it's like a heartbeat, and then one of the heartbeats is a heart, and then it goes down and it goes back into a heartbeat and off. I had that shaved into the back of my head. And I raised, it might sound not much, but I raised £50 for that alone. But back then that felt like a lot of money. Okay, so the helicopter that they funded was £12,000, which back then, again, that was a huge amount of money. There was no way I was going to raise that. But I did feel like every penny helped. And with everything else that I did, I think all in all, it was around about £200 that I raised with everything. But yeah, fun fact I had. And actually, it was a couple of years later, and I was chatting to somebody from the British Heart Foundation. I said, do you know, once I said, not so long back, I had my hair shaved and the emblem put in the back of my head. And she said, oh my gosh, that was in the newsletter. Because I'd sent the photo in with all the money that I'd raised. And she said, oh, that went in our newsletter. I remember seeing it, the back of your head with the British Heart Foundation shaved out. I didn't know that, but it was quite a nice thing to hear that they'd got it and put it in their newsletter. So, yeah, it didn't take that long to grow out. When you have your head shaved, it doesn't actually take that long to grow back. But, yeah. I did that. That's a fun fact. A fun fact about Cheryl. Okay, anyway. Right, the Ocado M&S shop has arrived. I'm going to talk you around what I got. It's just a treat. It's a treat for some nice food. Right, let's have a look. Shall we see what we've got? Yum, 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 yum. Okay, so drink-wise, as I mentioned, I am off the wine. So this is really the only stuff that I like that's non-alcoholic wine type. I've tried all the non-alcoholic wines and they just taste like grape juice, basically. But this stuff is nice. That is a substitute. I ordered the Gordon's and they've sent that instead, but I'll give it a go. And what I did was I ordered the really good premium tonic water, because I think it's all about the tonic water. I think you've got a good tonic, sometimes you don't even need gin. You can just have a nice tonic. And I've got some lemon juice and lime juice as well. So I'm going to try one of those. Got some alcohol-free beer. So that's my drinks sorted. Now, for tea tonight, I've already had my main meal because I ended up having it late at 3 o'clock. So I had chili con carne. So all I want is a little pudding on a Saturday night. Mike's going to have a small tea and share the pudding with me, which is this. I only got a small one because we are cutting down on sugar, I know. So it's just a pudding for two. So I've got that sticky ginger cake, and we're going to have that with custard. And then I did get some rice pudding just for during the week. If Mike is thinking, oh, I really want a pudding, you can have a bit of rice pudding. So food wise, just got a couple of loaves. One's going to go in the freezer. These Willow loves these. When we lived in Scarborough and we had Marks and Spencer's on tap, we were constantly buying these for her. She loves them. I'm going to save them for tomorrow. So in tomorrow, Sunday, I'll give her a pack of these. I know you shouldn't give her a full pack, but she likes to tear the pack open, and then she'll eat one string and I'll take the other string off her. So they are supposed to be just treats. Well, it is a treat. So to make my life easier, and Mike's, for during the week when I'm working and he's full on in the house and it gets to 5:30 and we're wanting to eat, we just need every now and then to make our lives a little bit easier. So a lot of this is going to go in the freezer. So Mike likes these types of things. He loves that from M&S, beef black bean, some egg fried rice, and he likes those as well. So I've got 2 of those, 2 of those, 1 of those. I'll split that in half. And he likes his chili chicken, and he likes his sweet as well, sweet and sour, and he loves that crispy lemon chicken. Noodles he likes, and it's quite big, that one, might have to share that one actually. But yeah, he does like noodles every now and then. I've got some naan breads because I've got some curries. Got some nice fish, and that'll be for us both to have one night, with a few chips, a bit mush peas. Me, my favourite, got 3 of these, chicken arrabbiata. You cannot beat Marks and Spencer's chicken arrabbiata. I've had them from all over. I've tried them from Tesco's, Sainsbury's, you name it. They don't do it as good as M&S. Yum. Must learn how to make that myself. Must. Got myself a healthy one. This is just sort of like midweek dinner time. If I just want to quickly get something eaten. Oh, look at that, 7 carbs in that. So that's I have actually had this before, chicken and mushroom courgette, and it is nice. So I've got that. Got some stir fry. I didn't realise it was that big, the bag. Yeah. So I do have a steak that I can fry and slice up and have with that steak. I don't know. I'll think about that. And I got this to go with the stir fry, just for a change. I've not tried that before. Couple of curries and rice. Again, they're going to go in the freezer, and we'll have those with naan breads. And I ordered some breaded mushrooms, and they substituted it for these. They're not breaded mushrooms. Yeah, so that's a substitute, mixed exotic mushrooms. I have no idea what I'm going to do with those, but I have got some eggs that need eating, so I might have a exotic mushroom omelette in the morning. Either that, or they'll get added to the stir fry. It seems a shame, if they are very special, not to taste them. Maybe even steak and mushroom, I don't know. It says stir fry anyway. And then these are meals for one, again for Mike during the week. If he's doing his own tea before I've finished work, these are great. We just stab. In it goes in the microwave, and he's got a dinner. And then that one, that's more like a midday dinner time. If he just wants to have a little hot meal for one, that's a nice, quick, easy dinner for him. And now I've got special fried rice. I do have some curry sauce already, so that's another meal for him. He hasn't had those for ages. We used to have those a lot, so that's a treat. That'll go in the freezer. Beef and onion pastry pie, and that one's for me. So again, I'm going to put that in the freezer, but I'm looking forward to that. And then I just got a bit of ham, because I like that. I like the French ham. Just tastes a bit nicer. Yeah, that's it. What did that come to, do you think? What do you think? £195. Yeah, just heard Mike go, ooh. Yeah. I think Mike's realising the cost of food now, but it has gone up. I mean, even I sort of like raise an eyebrow now and think, what? But it is Marks and Spencer's, not cheap. And you don't get many deals with Marks and Spencer. It's not like with Morrison's and your More card, you get all sorts off, or your Nectar card. Anyway, I'm going to put all of this away now. I picked a good day to clean out the fridge and no longer use that fridge now I've got all this stuff. But most of it's going in the freezer anyway. I'm just going to open this up and give it a sniff and a little taste and see what it's like. It has a light gin smell to it. Chin chin. Tastes like grass. Tastes like grass with lemon. I don't know what that tastes like. It doesn't taste like gin. Oh well, it'll be alright with tonic. I'll try it. Let's try again. Tick. It's okay. It is like tonic with a little bit of lemon and grass. Earthy juniper, citrus and botanicals with a herbaceous finish. Perfect with tonic. I'll just pretend. Be nice. Be okay.
Hello again, and nearly goodbye. So it's Saturday evening. I've got those last video or 2 videos left to edit for next week that's going out. And of course we've got this video, so that needs finishing today and putting on tonight so you can watch it starting midnight tonight, Saturday.
Yep.
Yeah, so yesterday, Friday, we got a call about our VW Type 2 camper van. Well, it's not camper van. We're going to make it into a sort of day van, you know, for going away for days. Anyway, we got a call. It was ready. Great. So we sorted that for delivery back here for this morning. Unfortunately, they realised there was a job they hadn't done, which was it was the gear lever. It wouldn't select the gears very well, so we just said, okay, get on with that. But you'll hopefully see the van, if not next Sunday, shortly after that, won't they?
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Be able to start prettying it up.
Yeah. We're also planning a holiday, aren't we, of sorts?
Yeah, thinking about a holiday, where we might go, what we might do. You know, hoping maybe that family can come with us, so we've got to plan that properly. Yeah, not quite sure. I mean, we don't want it to be cold when we go, but we are really looking forward to a bit of a breakaway. So,
Lights flashing. Yeah, we're planning a holiday, probably for May or June when it's not too cold. And Kerry, Andy, will invite them to come along with us. That's because I can't do much walking, but Kerry can, can't she?
yeah, she likes a good walk. Does our Kerry. So yeah, looking forward to that. It'd be nice. Be a nice break.
Yeah. Yeah, other than that, we will see you tomorrow. And when I say tomorrow, I do mean Monday. So, yeah, all right. Goodbye for now.
And
And,
we'll see you on the next one.
oh yeah, it's Cheryl's saying it. See you soon.
Bye.
Hello.
This is nearly here. You need a bath. Oh, I'm loving it. Oh. If you just class that as... Just to recap, it's the next morning. So on another video,